Oh, screen. I don't know how I want to do that. That's way too close. Closer today than any other day. Blip, blop, blue. Oh, and my chair goes down. Look. I think I'm shrinking. Gah. Fix the nose ring. And take a drink of tea. Fucking put my cable up in my little cable holder so it doesn't sack, fall down. Stay, just stay. Baby Jesus, sweet baby Jesus. World is crazy. Let me adjust everything so it makes sense. I love somebody popped in. I love how somebody popped in just to pop out. That's hilarious. Today is what? Monday? Tuesday? Tuesday. Tuesday. Okay, it's Tuesday. Oh, sweet Mother Mercy. Baby bejesus. And all that other stuff. What? No, not you. You. And the little one there. Oh, what the hell are you? Oh, where'd you come from? Oh, you're my other one. Anyway. So, I guess you and you. I didn't use you. All right, whatever. So this guy's kind of starting to work a little bit, sort of. Not too shabby. Okay. Oh man! And if you notice, it's a little bit quiet for now because everybody currently is off and away from me and they don't know I'm doing anything. Now, once they realize I'm actually doing something, of course, they're going to be all down here screaming and yelling at each other and causing big arguments and fights and all that great shit that my kids do. Because they're like, oh, hey, he's doing something live and that's attention. Let's go get some. It'll be great. So looking forward to it. Let's get a little blue. Dog hair. Let's get a little blue. Let's get a little white. Let's get a little black in a second up in this business. And we're going to start kind of pulling in some shadows. Again, as I've been saying this whole time, a little bit of blue because, you know, the snow is white as thick. And if you ever notice, a lot of their shadows are blue. Not, oh, hey, Tish, yeah. You got curious to wonder I was going to give on you, huh? Well, Tish, listen. I talk on this, I don't know what you'd call it, this little, I don't know if you're still on or not. People are dropping off and coming in. But in case you have to rewatch this, I talk on this a lot about many, 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 many things. Okay? And those who do watch regularly and chime in, and I suspect some of my regulars will be in here shortly once they realize I'm doing shit, which is, I'm at an awkward time at 1 in the afternoon, which is weird because normally it's either noon or like something. But anyway, Tish, the point being is I was actually going to bring up your painting that I did for you and talk about it. Because people sometimes ask me to do paintings for them or of them. And recently I've had somebody else do that. And they don't always come out the way that they are thought that they are going to be coming out. And actually, the reason why I brought you up, Tish, was because of this. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I could do that. Yeah, fuck it. Let's see how dark this is first. Where my buddy Tish here, there, wherever. She asked me. She asked me to paint a picture. They commissioned me to paint a picture of her and her ex-husband to be Aztec warrior and like an Aztec princess on top of a mountain, all glorious as fuck. You know, I said boobies. I did, just to get people to come in and watch. See, it worked. And because you're here and you said boobies, because I said boobies. And I keep seeing people pop in and out on both places. And they're like, oh, he's not really showing boobies. He's a lying sack of shit. Well, you know, sorry, guys, but it's not all about tits and ass. Sometimes it's about painting and, you know, can't all be boobies, you know? Not even with my sexy teats. So, which I am getting teats. But anyway, so my buddy Tish there, I hope you're still watching, Tish. She commissioned me to paint a painting of her and her ex-husband now, of them being Aztec prince and princess on top of a mountain, and him being all epic as fuck, and her being like, oh, you know, oh, kind of thing. And I painted this thing and repainted this thing about 4 times. Oh, you made boobies! Look at your boobies! Oh, they're right there on my phone. Thanks for making boobies. You took it for me. But with that in mind, I tried really hard, and I could get like the faces to kind of look good. I'm like, okay, that looks great, but the mountain looked like shit. And then, you know, the sky looked great. I had the clouds all perfect, and you know, this is looking good. Oh, but this looked like shit. I got so frustrated, as I do, because this is way out of my league. This is trying to make things pretty, you know, and make it look like a real painting. Skill, talent. I don't have that crap. Anyway. And, oh, wow, that's terrible. You can't see shit. Fucking. Anyway, so I'm sitting there going, man, this is garbage. You know, what the fuck am I going to do? So I got really mad about it, and I said, fuck it. I'm not going to paint this. Some Aztec nothing. Even though that's what she commissioned me to do. She specifically commissioned me to make an Aztec painting, you know, and make it all pretty and look great. And I said, fuck that. I'm going to do this my way. So I blacked paint all over it, made it dark and crazy and weird, you know, more my style. And from that was born this yin and yang. Oh, wow. This yin and yang meet heart. And the ironic part was that it didn't mean to come out to be a heart. It was like a heart shape, more of a generic, you know, kind of, will you be mine for, you know, Valentine's Day? Heart shape. Not like a human heart shape. But of these two being things, one unified being thing kind of eating itself, clawing at itself, ripping itself apart while consuming itself cycle-wise. So it was like a never-ending cycle of violence and anger sticking together, though. And that was more of an accurate representation of their relationship. And I realized, man, if I'm going to do commissions ever for people to say, hey, I want you to paint me like one of your French girls. You know, I'm going to do it the fucking way it's supposed to be done. Not according to what people think they are, because people aren't what they think they are. You know, that's fact. And that was what it was. Their relationship was not secure and founded in the way they wanted to believe it was. And I'm not talking shit on you, Tish. You know that, you know. You my girl, yo. And it was one of those things where it was more of an eye-opening thing. So when I took it to him, I was like, look, I tried and busted my ass for you guys because, you know, you're my friends. But in the end, that's not what you guys are. That's not how this is. And you guys have to come to terms with that because it's not right for you to lie to yourselves like that, you know, kind of deal. And they understood it. And she actually cried about how beautiful it was. It was amazing. But she really appreciated the honesty behind it from what I can recall. And he did too. And they both liked it. They got a divorce, which was really good for them. Good for her. And her life's gotten way, way, way better since. If she's still watching, I'm sure she can attest to that. But trying to think of what I'm talking about. Hang on a second. But the overall thing, the overall point is that people commission me for them things. And I don't really do that. I realize I paint what the fuck I want to paint. I paint the fuck how I paint. Again, my daughter asked me to paint like a Christmassy thing. And I said, okay, sweetie, let me paint you like a Christmassy thing. So I kind of am painting her like a Christmassy thing, you know? And that's where this whole thing here is coming in. Not bad. Okay, I can deal with that a little bit. Cool. But in the end, you know, obviously I'm going to put my own spin on it, which is evil stuff and doom and destruction because I love that stuff. And that's what I do. It's the only thing I'm good at, let's be honest. I mean, fuck. If you asked me to paint something legit, I'd be like, like I ain't got no skill or style or ability other than just, you know, I can put red stuff on a canvas and make it look like bloody things. Yeah, I'm cool. Terrible. This is terrible. I'm fucking this up with this gray, shadowy thing. I don't know what I'm doing. This is totally against my normal style of shadowing things. Oops, I fucked that up too. I'm really good at fucking up though. You can ask anybody. I am the best fucker-upper ever at everything. I mean, you'd be surprised how good I am at fucking things up. Yeah. Really good at it. Fucking things up is like second nature to me. When they were like, oh, well, what do you want to be when you grow up? I said, not a fuck up. But I guess here I am. Can't avoid your fate. And, but no. So this commission I've got coming up of a painting of somebody, which is what I'm going to do, I think, after this. The person is very conflicted. They're very constipated. And they're very conflicted with themselves, living a life of a past existence of what the fuck was that? What is that? What is that color? Where did it come from? What the fuck is that? Oh my fucking God. Agreed. It's frustrating when others want a commission from you while requesting another style that's not your own, but the challenge can be fun. Oh no, absolutely. And fuck you for being better than me. And your painting's right there still, by the way. It sits right there whenever I do my movie reviews all the time. So every one of my movie reviews, off to the side, there's a painting of that painting of yours. And dude, I have saved, I think, every picture that you've ever posted of your work, by the way, not to be creepy out and have a big wall that I masturbate to. Yeah. Whoops, what? I'm not cussing. You can't even hear what I'm saying. You were. I was not. Wait, what is this? And oh, that's because I screwed up really bad, a thing. All right, I'm bringing this gray into this a little bit to kind of help bring the grays into the rest of the painting to help blend those colors in a little bit. But no, seriously, dude. I love you, sir. Sorry I haven't gotten to watch a live one yet. No, it's fine. Your style, though, and your skill for painting, dude, is phenomenal. It is a reflection of what I see in my head almost to a T, creatively speaking. And it frustrates me to a point, man, because I cannot achieve the work you do. But that's like what I see in my head. Do you know how annoying that is? And so I admire you as an artist because I sit here and I see your work and I go, that's the kind of shit I see in my head. But I can't touch this guy. I can't touch this dude's fucking ability. Like, even if I tried to mimic, no, it's all good. She was just coming down the stairs and heard from hearing my cousin, so she didn't bust me. But dude, seriously, your style and stuff, and I'm not trying to butter your nuts. I don't give a shit about your feelings. Let's make that clear. I don't ever try to make people feel good. I'm honest to a fault. And I'm not shy to admit when I admire somebody else's work, because I want them to know somebody out there gives a shit about their work, because I think not enough people let people know, hey, you're appreciated for what you do and have done. And dude, I've always talked about you highly, in high regards, to my wife, to other artists, to people that, you know, I get this conversation into with them, and where I'm like, no, this motherfucker, this guy, blah 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 blah, and I'll go off on a rant about you, dude, forever, it seems. And but anyway, the point being is yeah, that's why I use paint by numbers, right? Well, this is all paint by numbers. If you didn't know, John, I I got it out of a book, a little kid's book, and it's all paint by numbers. I just pretend like it's not, so everybody thinks that I'm cool. And no, my daughter wanted me to paint a winter scene, and I said, okay, I'll do that, sweetie. That before, I've never really painted trees or anything like that, and I've never had any kind of schooling or anything for this shit. I just use my creativeness to be an outlet for, you know, my aggressions, my mental illnesses and stuff like that, which, you know, we've talked about on this live stream, a bunch of different stuff like that affects people, and how art can be a release valve and things like that. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. No, you're welcome, man. And again, I'm not trying to butter you up or nothing like that. I really do think of you in that high of regards, as far as work and ability and skill, and just like I said, how you things and how you make the work pop like you do. It's just like what I see in my head, and I'm just like that's how I envision stuff. But I can't, for some reason, get it out that way. I mean, I make stuff, dude. You know, like, hold on a second. I'm not, I'll just really quick, since I got you here, man. Finish this one here with teeth on it. But, you know, we did that one not too long back. And I was actually using cardboard chunks, and I would just put paint on them and kind of done. And then I'm also going to do, which I have yet to do because I'm lazy and I keep it on, but I'm going to do real teeth, because originally I had teeth kind of there, but I wanted something, I don't know, it needed something in contrast to the harshness that didn't make sense. And I'd already thought I was done, but I wasn't. I just did last, got everybody super concerned, which you know, was very suicidal as, but very simple, very harsh, you know, with its overall design. And what's funny is I also painted over something that had heavy textures, which is why the stuff here is very textured, you know, is what I ended up doing there. But I made it very simple. So my work's not necessarily so elaborate half the time, but then I got other work that is like super intricate and super detailed and super elaborate. But that's not because I don't think, I create. I don't, you know, ironically there, man. God, of course, I told you guys, once the kids discover I'm down here, it's over. Dude, that's so sick. I love these. Thanks. I've got a lot, like my styles vary though, to the point where people don't believe I do the same stuff. Like a lot of my work, I don't have a skill. I don't have a style. I never learned a method or a technique. None of that shit. The best learning I ever got was, you know, high school art, which I failed. my teacher tried really hard, but I was so hard-headed myself about, this is my artwork, I'll make it my way, fuck you. But she was just trying to teach me, you know, the different methods and stuff. But I was like, no, my art, rawr, you know. But my art styles vary, where sometimes they're really brash and harsh like that. And then sometimes I'll go with a softer feeling and all this different stuff, because every piece of work is an experiment for me, because creatively, I try to let my creativity be an outlet and get out my own personal demons, my own bullshit. And that's what I use. So however the piece comes out is however it needs to come out. But then the logic brain, it goes, no, man, we should make it like this, or we should focus on that, or we should do this differently or that differently, et cetera, et cetera. And it becomes a big fucking mess. This is a little bit more logic brain only, where I'm actually trying to make it look kind of good. And I keep fucking it up the more I try to put into it. But that's okay, because this is all about learning as I go, experimentation, you know, and all that kind of crap. So I'm not really too worried about that and how it really turns out. I just want to make something a little bit fun, a little bit different, a little bit out of my comfort zone. And that.
Hold this first the restaurant.
All right, I'll hold your cereal. Thanks, sweetie. But that also comes from the idea of, you know, my logical brain sometimes wants to just be controlling too. You know, very much agreed. Okay. Well, dude, you're, again, man, I don't think you've ever used your logical brain to create a goddamn thing. I don't. I think you are just pure creation, pure creativity, you know, pure, you just let that shit flow and it happens. You're on a lot of LSD. And, because, you know, but your shit doesn't look stupid. Like, it's not like hippie stuff, man. Ooh. It looks like it is some well thought out creative stuff. Like, it's like a whole nother world. Fuck you, man.
I have 2,000 gingerbread.
Good job. There you go, sweetie. Be careful, it's pretty full.
It's 300.
Well, good job. And all right, let me try to actually get some stuff done here today. I'm not sure how about this braid having thing I started. I think I fucked that up. I shouldn't have done it. I should have just stuck with some hard painting the lines here and done it. But I've never done like trees and stuff, and I've never watched, you know, for the first time ever, I watched Bob Ross yesterday. Oh, hey, as soon as I can sit down, the cat cries. Hey, welcome to my life. As soon as I do anything, the kids are kids. But first time ever, I watched Bob Ross yesterday. I did. It was weird. I was like, I was looking at something on YouTube, and Bob Ross happened to pop up, and I was all right, as long as I don't let anybody know I checked this out. Boop. And he was all, hey, everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to paint some mountains, snowy mountains. Happen to be snowy mountains. I think he paints all snowy mountains. But he's like, we're going to paint some snowy mountains. And here's a happy little tree. I was all, the fuck you do that? Got voodoo Satan magic afro-headed having motherfucker here. Like, what the fuck? Bob goddamn Satan Ross over there? That dude just, we're just going to do. And there was a goddamn tree. I'm all, Bob fucking Ross. Fuck you, Bob Ross. He seems like he would have been a nice guy when he wasn't shooting people. But that's neither here nor there. Let's add a little bit more gray back here. And this is, oh my God, guys, it's probably just the mailman. Maybe. I don't know who it is. If it's my crackhead neighbors, well, then they'll learn. Oh, it might be the UPS guy. I don't know. All right, we're just going to bring all that up and in to help keep the shadows collectively close to the same. What? Shut up, you ding-dongs. But I want to bring in a little bit of gray with the blues just to have kind of a collective color difference here and over there. Just something. Just something to give it a little bit. Oh, that looks terrible. Fuck, I should have just stayed with the blue. That's okay. This is just for fun. This whole piece is for fun. I got to remember it's for fun. Good times. I just want to hurry up and focus on this little kid dying. And you know what I realized? I realized I did one of the biggest mistakes ever. It's a fucking 5-year-old child's mistake. So accurate that I did it. I did the biggest no-no ever. Anyway, okay, everything's at an angle. Please note, this is more of a, I don't know, 35 somewhere angle. It's not really a 45. These are kind of both angled out and up, coming along. You have the tree line back there, your horizon. Okay. Now, if I would have been smart, I would have put like a tree here or like a tree there, you know, something to bring in that background to the foreground. It would have been better. But, you know, I wanted it to be very different, differentiate between the two parts, which is, again, I should have blurred out the background, but that's fine. That's why I'm going back through with a little bit of white and kind of fogging it, hazing it out a little bit. That's fine. The little shack in the distant background, little shack back there, so we can kind of see a little bit. You know, it was the taboo straight on shot. Okay, like when you're a 5-year-old drawing a car, it's either straight or sideways. This motherfucker straight sideways. Look at this. Straight sideways. Just straight sideways, bent over, eating a kid back there. Like, come on. What kind of trash am I doing? I'm pulling some 5th grader bullshit out my butthole here. I'm like, it's straight. It's straight forward, straight sideways, and straight backwards. I'm dumb. Fuck this, though. Let's get into some actual shadowing and shading and doing something worth a crap. Let's do this my way so I know what I'm doing. Man, somebody's outside. That's a somebody's outside dog bark. What video should I start with if I want to start looking at your music? Oh, my music? Ugh, nothing. Let's see here. God and Machine stuff. If you want to go live, look up the we were live at Kane's Ballroom, huge venue here in Oklahoma. We were playing with I think Mushroom Head at that time. They were on tour. I think that was it the Mushroom Head. Anyway, that one's fun just because it's the My Milkshakes Brings All the Boys to the Yard song, and I just enjoyed that one because we got everybody to sing along. I can't look it up because I'm live streaming right now, dude, so I couldn't tell you. But a lot of that stuff's older stuff, like the Shit Goat video from, Jesus, 10 years back. You know, oh my God, that is so dark. Fuck off! But, like, you know, you have some videos like that are older. The You Don't Know Me video, which actually was released on Rock Band quite a few years back. But nobody cares about that game anymore, so it's kind of like, you know, why do I even brag about that, you know? I brag about it because it was a cool moment in my life, all right? All right, we were on Rock Band. And what up, Owen Hadaway with a kitty coming out of a box? Peekaboo to you too. And thanks for letting me know you're watching, bro. But yeah, we were released on Rock Band, and that was a cool moment. So I can say stuff like, hey, that was fun. It was awesome. We were proud of our moment. Shut up. Also, my guitarist said that playing our own song on Rock Band was harder than playing it in real life. And that was funny, I thought. Shit. Got fucking paint on me. But no. But anyway, as far as it goes, I don't know, man. We got a lot of, well, I don't know how much stuff I've loaded lately. We got some older footage that's loaded recently. Like, we're talking 2004, back when I was skinny and could jump. White man can jump, by the way. Just Not when you weigh as much as me now. That's terrible. I like when you said about how there's more blue in the darkness of snow. Yeah, because there is. But I thought, I'm going to add some grays because I'm going to end up doing a gray wash in my cracks and fills and stuff, because that's my method of painting shadows, is I water down black really heavily. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm doing, bro. I listened to Dragon the other day. Not sure how I felt about it. Dragon. You're not talking about us, though. You're talking about like a band named Dragon, I take it? Like Imagine Dragons or something, I'm assuming? Oh, no. You're talking about Pitter Splatter. Pitter Splatter, long story short, is a band that we used to support heavily and play with heavily. The vocalist was our keyboardist originally back in 2004, 2003. And then we had a falling out for a minute after a few months. And he left, and then we made up, and he started his own project. Originally, it was called Downloadable Depression, and his name was Priest originally in the band. And then he said, oh, no, fuck that. And he kept trying to change it. I'm like, dude, stop changing it. Just settle on something. Late night conversation, 4 o'clock in the morning, we were laughing about the pitter patter of little feet. And then we were fucking up by talking. And he said something about splitter splatter, pitter splatter, ha ha ha. And I was like, dude, that's it. Yeah. And he was like, I'm going to use that as a band name. I'm like, definitely, dude. Nobody will ever forget it. And so ended up being Pitter Splatter for the name of the band. And so that's Pitter Splatter. And I did that video for him years and years and years ago. Totally different than us. We are much, much, much more metal and such. This metallic that I painted over here is not taking my black very well. I know you guys can't really see the detail on this little guy back here, but I'm working on his hat and everything else, and he's got a little face going on here. I'm going to kind of bring that out, give him some eyebrows and some stuff there, and a little bit of shadowing around that. But yeah, Dragon, and then In the Head, and a couple other videos I did for Pitter Splatter back in the day. So no, just look up the God and Machine stuff, because we also have stuff on there from Cynical Deliverance, which is Aaron's band. Phenomenally good guys from Louisiana. Louisiana? Okay, wait. When we went on tour, hang on a minute. We went with them. He was in Alabama. No, he was in Alabama. Louisiana, Alabama? Okay, they're not the same state, but they're right next to each other, right? I don't know. Anyway, so one of the two, Louisiana, that's what we'll just say, Louisiana, there, we'll just darken the shit out of that so you can kind of get the idea of this dude laying there, and kind of try to, oh yeah, we'll just do that a little bit, but I don't know, man, shit. Anyway, so down Louisiana, we had a good time with him and his guys, and that was a lot of fun. But yeah. So we have a few different bands on there. Cryptic Plague is one of the bands. We had kind of I called it a collective, but we were working on building it into a record label called Submachine Productions originally, which I still use the name now. Oh, sorry. For a lot of things. But originally it was going to be a record label to support local bands that had nowhere else to really go. Because they were weird or different or not really accepted in the local scene like we weren't, because we were industrial and around here at the time. Even then, in the earlier 2000s, that was not a thing. So we kind of got shunned quite a bit. And I understand it. It's okay. It was more of a metal scene and a country rock scene. kind of thing around here. So fuck the industrial guys, you know. Made sense. It's fine. I'm not even mad, bro. But at the same time, we wanted to have somewhere for everybody to kind of go. So what happened to it? But I had to step away for a little bit because of personal issues when my son's mother left us, and I was getting full custody of him, trying, but this state hates men, so I lost, and I left it up to somebody else. And when I came back, that somebody else had left and said, "Fuck it, I'm starting my own thing. Fuck you," basically. And I was like, "Well, that's shitty." But I understood. I was like, all right, cool. You just want to do your own thing, man. You could have just said something, but whatever. I'm not mad. It's just, I don't know why you didn't just be like, hey, bro, I'm just not feeling it. So I hate to tell you, but Louisiana and Alabama are fair apart. Well, if they're fair apart, all right. Now, if they're far apart, I might not believe you. But no, Alabama and like Mississippi and Louisiana and Taco Town. You know, I failed naming my states in school, by the way. Yeah, geometry wasn't my strong suit. So, yeah, didn't do so good in school. but here I am today, successful. That was a lie. I'm sorry. I live in LA, so I'm far away from y'all. Oh, no, I know you live in LA. I don't remember how that. I think you mentioned it in one of your videos. Oh, and I saw that you reviewed. I haven't checked it out yet. Sorry, I saw it right whenever I was loading up my YouTube. You know what I'm saying about the Killer Donuts, and I've actually been waiting to watch that for a while. So I'm definitely pretty excited about that one. To check that out here in a few. I think it'll be awesome. I need to put some intestines. Oh, what is that? A dog hair? No. I need to put some intestines all over the fucking ground. You damn right I do. But I'll do that here in a minute. We're gonna fucking lazy. Oh, that was too dark. It's all right. Let's do that. Dabby, 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 dab. We'll start pulling out some. Oh God, you can't see that mess over there. That's right. It's really dark looking over there, but it'll dry a little bit better. Yeah, you live far away from all of us, bro. I mean, I don't live in Louisiana or Alabama or any of those places. Man, I live in the middle of America, and so I'm in the dead fucking center of it all. Whoa, 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 whoa. And it's not really like a big deal. It's just, you know, not exciting anywhere really. When we went down to Alabama, that was a lot of fun. We did enjoy Alabama quite a bit. Interesting facts about Alabama. All the chicks are hotter than fuck down there. It's weird. And all the dudes are just like, you know, 2s and 3s, and they're dating like 8s, 9s, and 10s. And we were like, I had a theory. My theory was all those chicks were on their way to like Florida, you know, coming from the north, south, east, west coast going to Florida, and all the chicks that were there going from the east coast to like Mexico, like their cars must have broke down, right? So then they had nowhere else to go, and they just ended up living there. So there's an overabundance of like Cancun babes and like partying babes and like beach babes, but just normal dudes. So what else are they gonna do? They're like, well, you know, normally you're only like a 2, but for around here, you're like a 7. See? I thought about it. So if you're ever uglier than fuck, move to Alabama. Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. They were very, very, very different than what I expected. I was not seeing that one coming. I was like, dude, why are all the chicks around here so goddamn hot? And all the dudes are just kind of like, you know, not hot. And it was weird. It was a weird experience to see that difference, you know, and not, I don't know, it's just different, not expected. That's all I'm saying. And But that's all right. That's all right. You know, you ain't wrong. See, I'm not, dude. Yeah, you're from there. That's right. Yeah, I'm not wrong. It's weird. And, you know, it is crazy, man, because I remember I met a few of Aaron's friends when I was down there, and a couple of them, and like they all were like, "Oh, this is my girlfriend," and I was all bull fucking shit. Stop lying to me just because I'm from out of state and you want to look cool. Quit. You're not going to impress nobody. Quit. That's not your girlfriend. How much did you pay this chick to say that? Nope. They were really their girlfriends. I'm moving to Alabama. I am an ugly motherfucker. Holy fuck. All right. I didn't move to Alabama. It's okay. And so it's all good. I'm still an ugly motherfucker. But the beard seems to make people think I'm not. So I don't know. I'm like, all right, cool. I guess I'm. People are like, oh, that beard, bro. Yeah. I guess the beards add like 3 or 4, probably 5 or 6 points of hotness to you because, I mean, I'm kind of, looks like I'm pregnant by about 8 months. You know, I got some titties starting and I'm ugly and bald. So fuck, man. But people are like, hey, what's up, bro? Yeah. Of course, they're all dudes. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but, I live in a weird place. All right, so kind of shading in this this thing here a little bit. I should have really added more. I should have added purple to it first of all to have really done it right. But that's okay because I don't give a shit. I'm just doing to see what happens. Fuck everything else. And I probably shouldn't do this at all with what I'm about to do, but generally speaking, colors go like this. You don't want to use black on shit. You don't. You want to use a darker color of that color to shade it in, to give it a more, you know, to make it look right. If you use black, well, then that usually goes, oh, what the fuck? You never want to use black on shit. You just don't. But I do all the time because I don't care about rules and stuff and whatever. And actually, if I was being like more creative, I would just blah, 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 all over the goddamn place, like I just did with this hat. But my logical brain's trying to make me actually do this right. And that kind of sucks for me right now because creatively, I'm starting to want to get into it. And yet creatively, I'm kind of keeping myself at bay, you know? So I'm kind of starting to darken it up a lot more, which is good. That's what I intended to do anyway. You know, definitely want to bring out some of the details in everything, like the icicle teeth, which have no idea how to imitate icicles, by the way. So, yeah, those look like crap, but that's all right. This is coming out like garbage. And if I was trying to teach you how to paint, well, then I totally wouldn't be doing this. That's for goddamn sure. I'd be like, ignore everything you see here. This is not how you do this. But, you know, I've got some decent little details here and there, but I do need to darken that up. Do I need to darken it up? I don't think I really do. The problem with doing snowy pictures is this, man. Snow reflects everything. Everything's bright as fuck in snow. Do you really need shadows? No, not really. Shadows aren't really a thing in snow, but they are a thing in snow. It's a conundrum, people. It's a fucking conundrum. It's a fucknundrum. A fucknundrum. So when you have a fucknundrum, as I do here, it really makes your life hard, man. So I just wet down my black to give me that shadowing capability for my fucknundrum. And that is way too much black. Oh my God, it's like drawing a goddamn line on this motherfucker. Oh, Jesus, are you shitting in my biscuits? People, why? All right, whatever. You know what? Let's bring that on down. Kind of make it look like the butt shadow happening here, and I'll bring that into the pants. See? Fuck this thing. Trying to fuck me like that. This fucking undrum trying to put it in my fucking undrum. Fuck you, fucking undrum. I invented that word just now, by the way. Fucknundrum. It's my word. Fuck you. I will have it patented soon. Patented is not a thing you can do to words, by the way, but I'm going to do it because I live by my own fucking rules. So you just read that. No stealing fucknundrum, people. Okay? No stealing fucknundrum. Bump, bump, bump. Oh, with the ability to not have any idea to actually what in the fuck I'm doing, it gives me this amazing thing to screw up a lot. And what I'm kind of hoping I can do here is kind of bring that into, that didn't really, no. Yeah, not particularly good there. No. Well, okay. I mean, that's fine. It's kind of highlight the butt cheek. That kind of butt cheek's kind of highlighted. Here's our boot. We're just going to kind of highlight around that a little bit. I forgot I fucked that boot up. Detailing. And I am using a tiny brush, which has it does have information. I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to mean, but it says a 5/0 spotter, 5600 plaid, which then has a registered trademark. I'm assuming that is what it's called, but a 5/0 spotter, I'm assuming is what type of brush it is, which if I knew anything about art would mean something probably impressive or dumb. People are probably like, why are you using that brush on that? You're an idiot. I'm like, fuck you. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. We've discussed this in every episode of this I've ever done. You know? Now I am going to bring up some pant kind of swooshity swags. Man, you know what I mean, bro? These things, man. When your pants kind of do the thing where they're like, you know what I'm talking about, people. All right? I'm bringing up the pants. All right? I kind of got the cuff of the pants here, kind of doing its thing. You know what I'm saying? Boom. It's a fucknundrum. All right? It's a fucknundrum. I can't do this. You got to make up your own words to what I'm actually saying and make it make sense for yourself, okay? I can't be held responsible for you understanding me. That's like expecting my wife to know what the fuck I'm saying ever. Doesn't happen. 10 years of being married and she still is like, I don't know what you're fucking trying to say, husband. And I'm like, I don't know what I'm fucking trying to say. Like, how do you expect me to know what I'm trying to fucking say? You need to learn. So that way I know that you know, I know. Oh, that's not going to work. Is it going to work? Okay. You're not going to work. You're going to fuck this up. Oh, look at you fucking it up. Look, oh my God, that's, no, let's just erase that with our finger. Magic erasable fingers. I'm literally coloring it in like with a colored pencil. That's amazing. It's just enough to do that. That was funny. All right. Anyway, you got to have fun while you paint. You know, you got to enjoy what the fuck you're doing, right? Or what the fuck are you doing any of it? That's just life, though. Shut up, you ding dongs. That's what I say about life in general. You got to enjoy what you're fucking doing or why you're doing it. Hey, man, it's looking good. Thanks. You're a liar, but that's all right. I still like you. And you don't butter my nuts either, son. You don't do that shit to me, boy. But I'm trying. It's all right. It's looking decent. Oh, come on. Just do what I ask you to do and quit being a ding-dong. Okay, we're not doing too shabby. Darkening up that backside one a little bit more. It's a little bit more in the back. Here in a minute, I'll go ahead and bring up a little snow, bring up a little grass, bring up a little mud. You know, really get that going. Starting to look a little bit better there. Starting to look a little bit better. Okay, you might not be a complete liar. It is looking somewhat decent. It's just this part right here is what's giving me shit. I'm not entirely sure to define my pant leg in there. That is what's been giving me the shits. Literally, I've been just diarrheaing everywhere since I've made that part. I'm just, it's ridiculous. And I hate it. But my shadowing techniques has always been a little bit of water, a lot of bit of black. Dab that shit in there. I would do the dab thing just to be an idiot, but you know, then I'd throw paint all over my fucking monitors and stuff and everywhere in the house, and that would suck. But definitely for things like, you know, that was terrible. Although, no, it's not. No, it's not. You know, I need darkness in it. And I don't have enough darkness. It's all very pastel. It's very light. It's very, very light in the sense of how you see all the shadows and everything in it, you know? So it kind of needs that look. Oh, my God. That's an atrocity in the eyes of God. Let's just fucking change that completely. Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's just do this like this and erase it. Thank God for water. All right, there we go. Now it's a big shadowy blob on their back. You know. All right, let's try that again and do the same thing over. Oh, see, too much black. And Mr. Owen, I don't know who you are. I don't recall the name. No, I don't recall your name on a personal note, so it may not be a real name. But thanks. And oh Jesus, just stop. Just stop. You know? As I said yesterday, there's a point in your life in every war that you just have to say, hey, I'm done. I'm going to put down the guns. It's over. And I don't know when that is. I never know when that is. I just keep going. Keep going. You know, it's just what I do. I keep fucking up until it's so fucked, it's butter fucked. And then I'm like, oh, look at that. It's so fucked up. It's fucked and I'm done and I don't know what I'm doing. Ah, jeez, come on, bro. Just work with me, man. Give me a little something. That's all right. You know, we're looking all right. This looks a little dumpy now. I fucked that up a little more. That's okay. Whatever. We're fine. Shut up. Okay, so. That's doing all right. Let's get a little bit of pink up there for the intestines. Just a tiny bit. Because I don't work. I'm sporadic and I just work wherever whatever fucking tells me to. We got to get the rest of it fucking figured out, though. But hang on. Let me just put a little ... Some intestinal tract. Just a little bit of something up here. Again, you guys can't really see what's going on over here. I'll highlight that later. Put some images up. I need to do like a up close on my YouTube or something at some point. All right. Yeah. Okay. I can see that working after I'm done. Yeah, I can't see shit over there. Maybe another big one right here, kind of coming off and down. Once I color all that in, it'll be good. Let me put a little pile of something over here, just kind of like it got drug over a little bit. You know, and I'll bloody that up in a second. Okay, yeah, I can deal with that. That's not looking too shabby. ... All right, yeah. You know, we're not really talking about anything important today. Yesterday was like all kinds of important shit. Usually we do. We talk about racial issues and social issues. And hey, man, what's up? I'm passing out at an alarming rate, but I greet you all with a hello and a swift goodbye as I fade into unconsciousness. That sounds like you might need medical attention. I mean, I'm just suggesting. I appreciate the hello and the goodbye, but you know, it might be a goodbye forever. So you might want to use those last waking moments not to type on here, hey guys, I'm about to pass out, but you know, 911, hello, what's your emergency? Fuck, it's too much blood. I got the urine and the blood, it just spews out. Yeah, that's bad. If your pee shooting blood, and you don't have a vagina, despite what you may identify as, if your pee-pee shooting blood and it's not that time of the month, you might need to go to the hospital. Now, I know you didn't say that. That's a lot of assumption on my part, but that's just good life lessons for everybody. Good life lessons for everybody. Go to the hospital if your pee-pee's exploding blood. Fun story. One day I woke up with blood coming out of my ears and my eyes and my nose, and it was interesting. True story, by the way, 100%. But I had blood coming out of everything, and I was super dizzy, and I couldn't stand up. I did stand up. This is 2002, and I hobbled through my house. And this is after. Was this after my girlfriend left me? And I was alone. I think it was after my girlfriend left me. No, it was before she left me, because she hooked up with my best friend, of course. But he ended up being the one who came and checked on me. So yeah, it was before she banged him on my couch. And but no, I woke up, blood shooting out of everything, and there's blood all over my pillow, and I was like, what the fuck? This is too much blood coming out of my head. And I stumbled up, and I was stumbling to go, and I don't know where I was going. I didn't really, and I said, and I woke up in my dining room, living room area kind of floor, and I got up, and I'm like, what the fuck, and I passed back out. I guess this waking up, passing out situation happened for somewhere around 6 hours, somewhere around the 6-7 hours. And finally, what? Is it free? What's it on, the PlayStation? What do you mean you don't know? You think so? Okay, look it up and tell me. But anyway, he finally showed up to check on me. And he's like, dude, I've been calling you and nobody's answered. And, are you all right? And, at this point here, by that time, I was sitting on my couch and I cleaned a lot of my blood face up and stuff like that. And I was feeling pretty good. And I was like, dude, yeah, I've just been bleeding out of my fucking orifices for the past few hours, but I'm good, man. I'm good. He's like, do you need to go to the hospital? I'm like, nah, I think I'm all right. Like, I can hear, I can see. Like, I'm feeling all right. I'm not woozy anymore. I think I just needed to, get rid of some blood. Yeah. And I ended up not dying from it. It was nice. That was a lot of blood that came out of my body through my head. And I didn't die. And here we are years later, by the way. I had a stroke about 4 years ago. It was one right before a stroke called like a TIA, a TAI. I don't remember exactly what they're called. I went blind in my left eye. That sucked. My brain swelled, and it literally cut off circulation to my eye socket, my ocular cavity, the entire thing. And I went blind. It killed my eye. That sucked. And the neurologist and all that stuff there, because I went to our hospital. I'm not going to bash our hospital, but let's just say the doctor looked at it and my veins were bulging purple. I have pictures somewhere, bulging purple, and I couldn't see. I was blind, literally blind. If I close this eye, like literally blind, I could not see out of this fucking eye. And so I explained this to the hospitalologist, and he was like, oh, it's called an aura headache. You're fine. I said, dude, I'm fucking blind. My veins are bulging purple. It fucking hurts. It burns, it itches, it feels like I know something's wrong. Not just the head hurting like it did, but like I'm having problems, And he's like, no, you're fine. Take some Benadryl, or not Benadryl, take some ibuprofen or whatever. You're fine. The nurse comes in. He says, dude, get to another fucking hospital right now. This guy's a fucking idiot. You're fucked up. You need to go. now. So anyway, come to find out that, yeah, you know, I almost had a goddamn stroke. That was great. And that my brain swelled so big, cut off circulation, went blind. And the neurologist guy was like, dude, this sucks for you. You have a 50-50 shot that your eyeball is going to come back. You might be blinded forever, or it might come back. You know, the human body is really good at healing itself. So it did come back. My vision did come back. It's a little weird. I mean, it's not quite what it was. So I do have some effects from it, but dude, it was some dumb shit. I have no idea what got me on that rant. Oh, the bleeding out of my brain thing ends up being that, because I've had migraines my whole life and shit, and they don't know why my brain is swelling, but my brain will swell sometimes, like, and just blow up. So I get these massive migraines that just floor me, and I'm on I'm on medication for it that's supposed to keep them at minimum. I haven't had them as regularly, but it's still, when they hit me, it's just like a week straight or more. I am fucking done. It sucks so bad. But I'm wondering if maybe like I had almost like a stroke then or something, and maybe something burst in my sinuses, you know, because your sinuses are connected to your eyes, connected to your ears, connected to your nose, and that's where the blood was coming from. So now after that situation, I almost wonder if maybe the pressure in my head, yeah, holy shit, dude, indeed. So I'm wondering if back then, if maybe the pressure, like in my sleep or something, my brain swelled or something, and maybe the pressure, instead of like cutting off circulation of the eye, just maybe something went in my inner area of the sinus cavity. I don't know how all that fucking works. I'm not some fucking headologist, but that was my thought now. And maybe the blood was just pouring the fuck out of me because something busted, and then it healed up, you know. I've had that for years. My brother slammed my head into the floor when I was like 4. Okay, see, that sucks, dude. I also, when I was little, what? I don't know where he's at. No, you have to ask him about that. Then absolutely not. I don't know, but you cannot borrow his stuff without him giving you permission. I am not going to give you permission on his account or on his behalf. But during my childhood, the abuse I sustained from that, my wife also questions if that's part of why my brain swells, due to some of that crap also. Like maybe the physical trauma and stuff like that may have put some part into that. And I don't know. I mean, it might. I don't know. I don't know what kind of shit that all plays into, you know? So I'm not entirely sure how all this stuff works. But, dude, yeah. I mean, head trauma is a fucking thing, bro. And when you get your head whacked, it can cause some major shit. Not just like, what is the thing? Concussions. Not just concussions, but like permanent damage. Your brain gets shook too hard, and you hit that ridge up in there. That's why the boxers and stuff go like, duh. You know, Muhammad Ali had a lot of problems from it. You know, if you ever watch him, any footage of him talking, dude, you would swear to God he's a special ed kid. You know, back in the day, oh man, I'm a pretty man, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Now he's like, I like potatoes. Like, for real, like the dude is fucked. But that's what happens is your brain hits that ridge so often, dude. When you're boxing and shit, dude, you're frying your shit. You can only box for so long before you have to fucking retire, or you're gonna burn your fucking head out. You got to be careful. Any kind of stuff like that that's, you know, going to put your body through that kind of strain. But getting slammed in the head, wrestling and shit. Those guys, you know, transient brain damage is what happened. Yeah, the TIA is a transient. It's called like transient something attack or transient TIA. And it's literally the step below a stroke, a straight up stroke. So is what I had. And I'm like, well, dude, I mean, is this going to fucking happen again? He's like, honestly, it could, anytime. It's, we don't know if it's going to happen again or not. Just watch your blood pressure, these migraines, keep your headaches under control, blah, 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 blah. He's like, just try to take it easy and, let's hope it doesn't. I'm like, well, fuck. I don't want my brain to pop, but who does, And I got 4 fucking kids. So my blood pressure's like all the time. Anyway, but as far as it goes, that shit's not fun. And my migraines, dude, they're not fun. Like, that's why sometimes it'll be a week before I do anything on here. Yes, transient. I can't say that word. Ish kebab, ishmek, he should be. Now you got me speaking in tongues, dude. I'm just bringing demons up in my floorboards right now, bro. But as far as it goes, man, like, I would love to say kids aren't stressful, but that's a fucking line I have. Kids are stressful as fuck. And, any parent being honest will tell you that. Most parents are bullshit liars, and they're like, no, my kids are the greatest thing ever. My kids are perfect angels. Shut the fuck up. No, they're not. They're little shits. They're little shitheads that run around and they break shit and oh, I didn't do it. The fuck you didn't do it. I literally just watched you do it. I was standing 10 feet behind you looking at you when you fucking did it. Oh, well, I mean, I did do it, but then why the fuck did you just fucking lie to me? Back to the hole with you. I'm just kidding. But anyway, as far as it goes, they're just stressful because they run around and scream nonstop and, do break stuff on accident. And the fighting's really what does it for me. I don't care. Accidents are accidents. I never get mad about accidents. I'm like, oh, you broke that? Okay, big deal. It was an accident. But the fighting, like when they grab each other's stuff, they're yanking it, they're fucking, I'm like, shut up! Fuck, just calm down. It's not the end of the world. Help her do this. You can then do that. Everybody will be happy. No. And I'm like, oh my God. Why do you guys hate each other so much? Kids hate it. Like, sisters, brothers, and sisters, they hate each other so much. There, Richard. And I just don't get it. I'm an only child, though, which was good and bad, I suppose, because I, again, was raised in kind of an abusive situation. Not kind of. I was raised in an abusive situation, but not because of my mom. I was, long story short, not going to get into it. But my mom was very young when she had me, and she was not able to take care of a small child. She was too busy being the party animal, so to speak. And so my grandmother kind of kidnapped me, and it was a big mess of craziness that took place there. My mom apparently threatened at one point that, oh, well, I'll come kidnap him. And so then I kind of wasn't allowed to go outside a lot and play or have friends or do anything. And about 10 years of bullshit abuse, because my grandmother had just married a Marine who was looking forward. He had just divorced his ex-wife and gotten rid of his kids. So it was just him and her. And I guess he was looking forward to banging my grandma all the time. And all of a sudden, here's this little, 3-4-year-old kid, 3-year-old kid popped up in the situation. And so suddenly it's here's a fucking problem. And look who's got to deal with it, So he took out all of his aggressions on me for about 10 years. Good times. And it sucked. But I'm actually glad it happened. It made me a much stronger person. Physically and mentally and emotionally. Well, emotionally, it stunted me quite a bit, but it made me not give a shit about feelings, which is terrible. But at the same time, is there even paint on this? But at the same time, it has kept me very safe from people trying to hurt me on purpose, and that has been very nice. Oh my God. It has not, however, helped me become any better at painting a fucking stick leg. But I think your childhood sucked more than mine, and I lived with my sister. No. There's never anything ever about my childhood sucked more than yours, or that guy's was worse and this and that. I hate that mindset, by the way, because nobody had it worse than anybody else. The thing is this: your brain perceives things for you, and somebody's parents neglecting them. My grandmother neglected me, and my grandfather abused me. It was a terrible combination. Absolutely. But it's no more terrible for me than for somebody else to be abused by their brothers and sisters and their parents not believe them, or for other people to be, oh, for sure, Fuller's back. I missed you, buddy. Man, I missed you. I was hoping my troll would stick around that one day, but you didn't. You bounced, bro. Why'd you bounce? Like, it was sad, bro. It was sad. And you like motorcycles. After you came and trolled me, I went and I had to check out your videos. I didn't realize you were a punk kid. I thought you were a full-grown adult. And ends up being you're just some punk 10-year-old or something. And I was all, huh. If you're going to troll somebody's account, go with me on this, Mr. Fuller. I'm assuming you did it to hope people would come check out your stuff. I don't know. You should probably do it on people's channels that has more than like 3 or 4 people who care. Yeah, because unfortunately, I don't have a fan base that's going to go check out your videos, really. They're going to be like, whatever, bro. So you might go get somebody bigger, like anybody, literally anybody else. Although I do appreciate the trolling, and I think you're gone already, so I don't even know. That makes me sad. Makes me sad when trolls show up to troll me and then they just bounce. But anyway, there's never a time in anybody's life where I believe anybody's childhood's worse than anybody else's, because if you're neglected, if you're abused, it's not about the views. Well, but for, I don't know, some of these trolls, it is. They just bounce in and they're like, pay attention to me. Hey. It was funny with him the other day, but the content, thank you. But as far as it goes, everybody's childhood sucks. That's the way I look at it, for some reason or another. A buddy of mine's parents were alcoholics. And he was never abused, but the fact that he was subjected to them being alcoholics fucked him up. And he knows it. And one day, because we were talking about our childhoods, and we were talking about in a public place that we frequented often. It was a game shop. And me and him were having a private conversation off in the distance. I didn't think anybody could hear us. I guess this kid was eavesdropping. And me and him were just talking about it, and, in general, getting to know each other's childhoods better. Your sister had a pony. Like a real pony? Like a horse? Do you live on a fucking ranch? We'll get back to that. But we were talking about it, and just how it affected him with them being alcoholics, and what he saw, and like their drunken nights, and how it, affected him and his brother. And they did fight. And, when you're raising kids and you as a parent are drunk pretty much every night fighting with each other, that makes your kid think that that's how life is. Your children become a reflection of you, which is sad for my kids. I feel so bad for them already. I've told them I am a terrible influence. Please, for the love of Jesus, do not follow me. God help you. May God have mercy on your souls. But in all seriousness, he was almost crying about it, and my mom's friend took care of it on her ranch. Oh, okay. We kind of have that with my wife's kid, one of her children here. Her grandma has a pony for her because she's got a lot of money, and they have it on a ranch somewhere also. So it's named like, I don't know, butter biscuits or toothpaste or something like that. Anyway, but this kid comes out of nowhere, and he's like, oh yeah, well, my dad, We're talking, about some private shit about our lives. And this dude's on the verge of fucking tears because, his parents, are they were getting a divorce at the time, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. It was around that time. But he's having some issues about this shit and just unloading. And this kid comes over. Oh yeah, you think you had it so bad? Well, my dad, blah blah blah. Yeah, I got pissed. Now keep in mind, this is a place of business. A buddy of mine's wife was running it that day. Well, he wasn't really too much of a buddy at the time, and we're still kind of just more as associates. But I mean, he's a good guy, and I've known him for a long, long, long time because of that store. But and we still conversate sometimes and things of that nature. We're not like super friends, but his wife at the time was running it, and I flipped out on this kid really hardcore. And there were some customers in there, and I know I lost some customers for him. And I flipped out on the kid saying, "Fuck you. It's not a competition. You don't get a goddamn medal. You don't get a goddamn trophy because you had a shittier childhood than we did. Whoop diddly fucking do. Your dad fucking beat you. Your dad fucking, raped your fucking mom. Your dad fucking killed people. Your dad fucking, we don't give a fuck. This has nothing to do with who had it worse. There is never a point where it's a good thing to have had it worse than somebody else. When is that deserving of attention in a positive light? When is that deserving of a goddamn trophy saying, good job, buddy, your dad was a bigger piece of shit than ours? Or anything like that. It's nothing to be proud of. It's nothing to be happy about. It's nothing to be comparing your dick size to somebody else with. You're not going to get a blue ribbon at the fucking shitty dad fair. Fuck off, kid. I fucking blew up, and I was just cussing him out about that exact thing. And I was like, you're not fucking special. You're not going to get a fucking trophy because your dad was a bigger piece of fucking shit. He apologized. He said, whoa, man, I'm sorry. I didn't really think about it like that. He's like, but you're right. And he goes, I'm sorry, man. I didn't really mean to butt into you guys' conversation. It's nothing I should be proud about. And I'm like, no, it's fucking not. And the customer, there's like a lady with a couple of little kids in there, and she said, whoop, and walked right out. And I was like, oh, yeah, sorry about that. The lady she wasn't mad at us because she had heard what was going on. So she was like, all right, just, you shouldn't really be so angry like that. I was like, man, fuck that kid. She's like, yeah, I heard what he said and what was going on. I was like, all right, good, because fuck that kid. He was being a dick biscuit. And, but that's the thing is, he's right to feel bad about what happened to him. 100%. That my grandmother always told me there's worse fathers than mine. True, but not for you. That's the thing I'm getting at. There was never a worse father to you than your father. All those other dads out there, mentally, you may have taken their abuse to their children differently than their children took it. You may have taken it better than their children. You may have taken it worse than their children. That's just the kicker. Your brain is wired differently than that other kid's brain. And how your father affected you and how their father affects them could be totally different, vice versa. Crisscross applesauce. That's just the thing. Everybody feels like garbage about their childhood. Well, my parents didn't love me enough. They didn't pay attention to me enough. And especially nowadays where everybody is divorced. Everybody comes from a broken house. So they have to deal with dads who are angry and bitter and hurt because their wives moved on to another man. And they're trying to be a father to their children, even though, being fucking honest, dads or dudes do not want to be fathers to other dudes' kids. They don't. And I know a lot of people out there like, no, I love my wife's or I love my girlfriend's kids. Shut up. You're just trying to get the vagina. That's how it is. It's hard for a guy to accept other dudes' kids as their own kids. Next to fucking impossible. It's next to impossible for women to accept other dudes' kids other women's kids as their own, but not as much so because they have a natural motherly instinct. If people are being honest with you, they'll tell you that behind closed doors, but in front of people, oh no, 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 no. I love their kids. I had a chick hit on me once, also a fun story, and she was trying to. This is back when I looked hot. You know, I had abs and fucking pecs, and ooh, I was huge and ripped up. And she was hitting on me, and she had kids. And this is when I had my son, just before I lost him in custody. And she was like, "Oh, hey, you know, I know you guys split up, and da 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 da." And I'm like, "Uh huh, mm-hmm." And so she was talking about maybe us getting together, and she brought up the kid thing, and I was like, "I hate other people's kids, man. I hate it." Flip the hedge. Who are you? Everybody watching this might be an old man because they search boobies to watch this. Probably good. I knew it would work. Ha ha. My old man didn't want his own kids. He wanted to be the kid. That sucks, bro. I'm a kid. I'm a big fucking kid. And it's hard because I try to be a parent. I try to be a good parent. And I'm a terrible parent. I'm a terrible father. I'm a terrible influence. And my kids tell me all the time, "No, Dad, you're great. You're good. You know, you're trying really hard." And I am. But I'm not grown up enough. I wasn't raised right. I wasn't raised right at all, man. It sucks. And I know it, but I'm so far gone in my ways. You know, I'm an old dude now. I'm older. That aspect of competitive suffering is such a hassle when people butt into something like you said, get some kind of a mental trophy for the worst times of their lives. No shit, dude. It's yes. But as far as it goes, man, I am a big kid, and it makes it hard for me as a parent to be a parent because I don't want to be the bad guy, but I have to be the bad guy, and it sucks. I know that my kids have backbones now because of me being an asshole, and I know one day they're going to grow up and they're going to appreciate that. I hope they don't grow up and say, "Hey, fuck you, man. You know, you were a piece of shit." I hope that they can grow up and say, "I had the best childhood with what we had." You know, I hope they don't grow up and say, "Well, I was abused because this dude was a douchebag and he made me do chores and he yelled at me if I didn't and he took away my phone for punishment." That's about the worst it gets, you know? So hopefully my kids, you know, my kids and my wife's kids do not have to grow up that way, you know? And we're really honest around here too. It's really hard. But we've raised our kids as adults, as people with understanding. We don't treat them like fucking babies or little kids. We're actually straight up forward with them, and they know the conflicts and the problems we've had as a family, as people. You know, the unification of the two families has been really hard at times. The classic "you're not my real dad's" popped up a few times. One of them, the middle girl, point blank said, "I don't respect you because you're not my dad, and I don't have to do anything you tell me." That's come up. You know, so it's been complicated. And me and her have always had this weird go around of just not really getting along with each other, you know? I'd say not liking each other. And, you know, it's been weird. I mean, she's a great kid and she's really, really fucking smart. And, you know, it's not that I don't like her. It's just, we have this weird wall between us, you know? So I would like to think she would grow up at some point and not think I was some super abusive, mental, emotional douchebag. But she's probably going to be like, "Oh, fuck him. He was emotionally cruel to me because, you know, he made me do chores." Because that's what she says. Like, you know, she says, "This is child abuse, making me do chores." And stuff like that she has before. So it's like, the fuck you talking about? So then the problem becomes is when she grows up, is she going to claim, "Oh, well, I was abused as a kid"? You know, that would suck. But, you know, the other kids aren't. They're going to be like, "No, no, you know, my dad, he was cool. He was good. He was laid back out." So I don't know, man. I mean, there's a difference between legit abuse and, you know, punishment like taking your phone away because you didn't do your fucking chores. And the older generations, some of us older folk, we know the fucking difference. We know the difference between, oh, we got popped on the ass to we got fucking popped in the face. And there's a big difference. Big fucking difference. So when these people pop off at the mouth and say shit like, well, talking to your children can be abuse. You need to just let them do whatever they do and accept them as shut the fuck up. You got to give them a backbone. You got to give them structure. You got to give them some kind of an idea on what to do and where to go, or they're just going to be fucking wild animals. There's a difference between focusing them and helping them to grow, learn, and enjoy life with some kind of structure. But, you know, there's a difference between that and being a fucking dickbag to them and just punching them in the fucking head all the time and calling them, you know, all kinds of derogatory terms, telling them nobody's going to love them and that they're garbage and shit. Huge fucking difference, you know? So one's abuse. One is, I took your phone away because, you know, you're not doing your chores. Get your chores done. That's not abuse. So, and the world is such a sensitive place right now. And I'm not against sensitivity in men. I'm not against any of that shit. I think men should be able to cry and be able to express their feelings and things like that. And we're conditioned to not do that. But at the same time, the world has become such a sensitive place that it's like, I can't believe how you talk to your child that way. Like, what? Well, you told them they can't have that toy because they can't, because they're throwing a temper tantrum. Because I said, hey, we don't have the money for it. No. Well, you should get it for them anyway. You should fuck off out of my business. You know, like that's the world we live in some places, hardcore, and it blows my goddamn mind. Who the fuck? Anyway, sorry. I go on these weird rants. But yes, the trophy hunting for people who are abused or may not even be abused, our attention getting really fucking annoying too. My old man once told me to kill myself because I was having trouble in school. That would be abuse. Yeah, no. And that's the thing, man. Like, that's what I'm saying. There's a huge difference between saying stuff like, you know, that, hey, go kill yourself. You know, hey, Dad, I'm having a little trouble in school. Can you help me? Go fucking kill yourself. I'm like, well, that's a little harsh. You know, I mean, that was pre-internet time, even before, you know, 12-year-olds made that a fucking fashionable thing to say. So, yeah, you know, that might be abusive. But nowadays, kids say that shit as a trend, you know? So it's like, really, kids? Really? That's where we're at? We're just telling people to kill themselves because that's the trendy thing to fucking do? And it's like, yeah. And dude, that's the thing, is it's okay to talk about it with other people, right? Like if you and I sat down and we talked about our childhoods, I'm sure we'd find comparably a lot of similarities, you know? And also comparably a lot of differences. There'd be no time in which I would be saying, let me one up this guy. Well, oh yeah, your dad did this. Well, my grandpa did that. There'd be no sense in doing something like that ever, because that would be trying to belittle or undermine the importance to you of your own trauma. And that's dumb, because everybody, my dog's snoring. Man, our dogs snore loud as fuck sometimes. It's like sleeping with my wife. Luckily, she doesn't watch my videos, so she'll never see that. But these dogs, man, or I mean, these people, man. I mean, these dogs too. Sometimes you think about it, but it's one of those things where it's like, you know, the world these days, especially, is just garbage, surrounded by more garbage. Adults, kids, everybody just treats each other like trash and talks trash, and it's supposed to be accepted. Because if you don't accept it, then you're being the abuser. I really think that we have lost touch What the fuck? It's literally like we're in opposite day now. That's what it looks like or feels like. Because I remember a long time ago when your kids told you to fuck off, you got backhanded across the goddamn room. You know, kind of shit. Now, I'm not saying backhand them across the goddamn room, but you got your ass whooped. Now, you can't whoop a kid's ass. Oh, no. Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you doing? You can't spank that child. That is fucking abuse. If I put my hand to their fat butt cheek and I say, spank, never once have I spanked my kids. I'm not done. I've spanked the shit out of my kids. Not literally the poop out of their butt. But when I pop them in the ass, when I used to pop them in the ass, it was literally like this. Oh, man, so bad. The point of it was to surprise them, get their attention, and let them know you do something wrong, something happens. It was to get that thought into their brain at an early age. It was to hurt their pride more than their ass. However, people say psychologically that's warfare. That's damaging the kid. That's teaching them violence, you know, solves everything. And violence begets violence and blah, 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 blah. I'm all, you know, what's interesting is, and if you do look at this, historically, human beings on whole are dickbags. We've used violence for everything our whole lives, our whole existence, to enslave people, to conquer people, to kill our enemies, to kill ourselves, all this shit. Spanking to get the attention of a kid, right? Okay, a lot of kids that were spanked are respectful people for the most part. Do they use violence? Yeah, they do. Just as much as people that don't get spanked. And now we're living in a society where nobody's really getting spanked because everybody's kind of like, whoa, no spankings. And we're the most violent I think we've ever fucking been. Like, violence is running rampant because mentally, everybody's like, I can just do whatever the fuck I want. I don't think they were surprised by the pop in the ass because it didn't give them that thought that, oh, if I do this, I'm going to get shot with a fucking beanbag or with a fucking shotgun or get ran over by a car, you know, kind of shit. That's what I'm thinking. I can't see who that was, but that's the kind of shit I'm kind of wondering. So, I mean, I know there's a lot of science behind it, but here, let's be honest. The science behind everything's bullshit. The internet, fuck you. Fuck you, internet. I can go right now and I can register fucking sciencetoday.com for $4. Sciencetoday.com. And I can trick this website out with some HTML writing and make it look legit. What up, Mitch? And I can make this website look legit. And then I can write up a post, put a picture of it, and I can say whatever the fuck I want. I can say that spanking children makes them astronauts. I can. And then I can plaster that on Reddit. I can plaster that on Facebook. I can plaster that on anything. And if I can get enough people to reread it, repost, and get it out there, it's fact. It's no longer just some guy that made it up on a random web page. It becomes a fact. And that's true. That's how the world works now. It's not a fact because it's real. It's a fact because enough people retweeted it. Enough people uploaded it, reposted it, and talked about it and said, oh, did you know this and that and this and that? And then all of a sudden, other science journals will say, oh, hey, this guy got a lot of attention for this one fucking article. Let's write an article like that. And the funny part is they'll write an article like that just to get those views, just to get those clicks. Repeat process. Then, of course, a few months later, somebody will write an anti-article about it to get more views, to get more clicks. Repeat process. So the thing about it is here you are in a society that is not based off fact. It's based off fiction and clicks. Well, my mother had hanger issues, so she hit me with a belt a good deal. I don't I don't feel like that was a big deal. My mother had hanger issues, so she hit me with a belt. I don't understand the hanger issues part, man, but being smacked with a belt for our generation, man, that was kind of a normal thing too. You know, you get popped with a fucking belt here and there, and the belt was scary. Could be, you know. Here, a funny thing, a buddy of mine, Ricky Bear was his name. We were friends in school, and this is one of the few times I was actually allowed out and about to go over to his house because my grandmother was friends with his mom. So I remember we went over there once, and I was allowed to stay and play for a while, which was nice. I was excited. Oh, anger issues, not hanger issues. Okay. But I was over there, and we ended up going over, and I went to school with all these people, so like for years and years and years. We went over to the neighbor's house on accident. We were looking for somebody that was there at the house too, because Ricky ended up having like 3 or 4 people stay, and so there was like a whole clusterfuck of us, like 5 or 6 or something. And I'm trying to remember her name. It was like Ricky's mom's like, it wasn't Vera. That was my aunt's name. I want to say it started with a Y. Anyway, we ended up going over to the neighbors and peeping in their windows on accident because we were looking for one of the kids. And we all got in trouble for that. She says, go outside and pick yourself. There is no Nobel Prize for fact-checking, John Oliver. There is no Nobel Prize for fact-checking. Well, that's a good phrase. But we ended up, she goes, go outside and pick yourself a switch. And I'm like, what's a switch? She's like, you know what a switch is. Don't act stupid. Go get a switch. I'm all, I don't know what a switch is, guys. So they were like, all right, come out. So we all go out there, and we got to pick ourselves a switch. And I was a little guy. I don't know. I was like 7, 8, 7, somewhere around 6 or 7, 8, somewhere within that range. Abuse was pretty regular for me at home. So I pick a switch because everybody was picking these switches. Sticks. If you don't know what switches are, they're sticks for ass whippings. And everybody went back in with their stick for your ass. And she would take it, swap you across the back of those legs. Swap. And I was like next to the last kid, I think. And she's whipping. You hear it right through right through the air. And smack them, and they all start just fucking dropping like flies, crying. Like it's the worst goddamn thing on the planet. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm fucking fucked. This shit must be the worst thing ever. She comes to me, she says, I said, what? Oh, okay. And she's like, oh, is it funny? You want another one? That was all. I mean, I guess, am I supposed to have another one? I'm not being like a punk kid. I'm not being sarcastic. I was like, I didn't know. I've never been switched before at that point. I'd never been, you know, with a fucking stick. And usually I, you know, woke up being kicked, punched, and things like that. And so this stick, I'm like, all right, I'm good. You know, this ain't so bad. You know, it stung, yeah, but it wasn't nearly what I expected. You know, and she kind of had this pissed off look on her face. She didn't whip me again, but she had this kind of pissed off look on her face, like "fuck you, kid." And then she switched the next kid, and they dropped like a fucking fly and cried too. And I wonder still, I mean, did they cry because it hurt? I mean, it did hurt, but I guess mentally it was like it wasn't nearly as, you know, as expected. And now, you know, if I think about it, like, you know, do things hurt more? Okay, these are the people that take care of you. These are the trusted adults in your life, your parents, you know, in your case, Richard, your dad, your mom. These are your parents. These are supposed to be the adult you go to for help when somebody is abusing you. These are the people you're supposed to trust to save you. You know, from these kind of situations. So, are you done with homework?
I'm in the process of it. I came down here to eat.
Oh, we'll go eat. Still got chores to do today, and we gotta get Ariana to do those chores today too.
Huh?
Nothing. Magical paintbrush. But these are the people that you go to help you, to save you from scary places, scary people, scary things. The thing I'm wondering is, does it affect you more on a mental level? Like, does it hurt more because it's supposed to be coming from a place of love than it would from a stranger, like the switch thing? Like, would that possibly be the difference? It's a good question psychologically. However, it did teach me, and this is the weird part about my abusive upbringing. Again, today, I've barely painted anything, just mostly talking. It's funny. Actually, we did actually do quite a bit more. But the thing about the abuse thing, the question, or not a question, but it's funny because my wife and I, when we got together, I used to be like, oh, could you rub my back or whatever? And basically it went from rubbing to she had to punch the shit. Like fucking box the hell out of it for me to even feel it. And she actually got scared, kind of. I wouldn't say scared. She got upset because she felt like it was abuse. And I have trained my wife. This is what she says. She says, you trained me to abuse you. That's what she says. I'm going to have to say it hurts more to have the people who should care about you to hurt you. See, that's what I'm thinking. Doing Fortnite dances still? Just nonstop Fortnite dances with you. Huh? Just shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa Puff. Get out of here.
Shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa Puff.
That's a song. It says like shimmy, shimmy, Cocoa Puff, shimmy, shimmy, wow, or something. Get out of here.
I think it's shimmy, shimmy, yay, shimmy, yay,
Shimmy, shimmy.
wow.
No, that's like ODB and shit.
Oh.
Or something. Get out of here. I don't care.
I'm petting boobs.
You can pet nudes. Noodles. But anyway, but no, my wife in the beginning was afraid she was being abusive because of how hard she had to like basically hit me and stuff like that to make it feel good. And I explained to her, I'm like, no, this is nothing. Like you really need to get like hardcore in there and stuff. So she says I trained her to be abusive, which is funny. I don't think so. She hates men. She's a man hater. She's a feminist. And which is interesting because I'm like a misogynistic asshole. Or like a bad comedy sitcom. You know, can a misogynist asshole and a feminist live together in harmony? Find out on the next episode of, but Married with Issues. But no, it's pretty funny. So my wife basically, punches me and things like that, which is I enjoy. But she doesn't punch me like in an angry way. But the thing is from the abuse growing up, the 10 years of it, roughly, it fucked up my views coming from that young of an age. It fucked up how I learned to interact with people. And so that abusiveness and shit like that kind of trained me where I think the people who are supposed to love you and things, that's not how I define love, but plays a big part in how I accept certain aspects of it, if that makes sense. I don't know, it's really hard to explain, but there's a lot of it that goes into that where when it comes to abusiveness, I'm way more accepting of it on whole, but not in a negative manner. How do they abuse you in a positive manner? That's the thing. Like my wife and I are very sarcastic and humorous and make fun of each other, but she says some pretty mean things sometimes. As long as it's not meant in ill intent, it's fine. If we ever get into like an argument or something like that, which we don't really get into arguments, but if she was to ever say something really mean with ill intent, then that would be different. If she ever punched me and stuff like that with ill intent, it would be different. But otherwise, I see it as a fun thing. And when she punches me, it puts me in a better mood. It makes me happy. So I'm pretty fucked up in that way, emotionally and mentally and psychologically, where, once I got my nose broke and it put me in a good mood. It was with somebody else, not my wife, but I was pissed off and this person accidentally kicked me in the nose. And I just started fucking laughing, and they thought I lost my shit. And no, I mean, it literally put me in a great mood. Blood was spewing out. I was just so happy. I just like, released endorphins, and I was like, oh my God. And that's happened with my wife too, where, you know, I've been in kind of upset moods or whatever, and something's happened, and I got really hurt, but it made me happy. You know, I do express emotion in a different way, but it's my wife is trying to get me to fix that. And I keep telling her, I don't think there's anything wrong with it, so to speak, but there is something really, really wrong with it on a mass level of normality. You know, it's not necessarily psychologically or emotionally healthy to be like, abuse me, it makes me happy. I mean, some people are into that as a fetish, where, you know, the classic BDSM, and I think it's BDSM, right? Bondage, bondage, right? BDSM, slave master's the last part, right? Bondage. I don't know. Anyway, so I know some people do that as like a fetish thing in a sexual sense, but this isn't a sexual thing. It's just me. I get happy when I get hurt, and pain doesn't affect me. And that's why I said I'm kind of glad I was abused. It made me stronger. Dude, I've been ripped open, and I don't feel it. I don't feel the physical pain. I got used to it. I adapted the feeling and the sensation of physical pain. I realized at a young age that you have to kind of absorb it and learn to categorize the difference of sensation as a feeling physically, rather than accept it as this concept of pain. Oh, that hurts. Ow. Instead, what I would do is I would like I'd focus myself after being hurt. I would focus myself to try to understand the feeling and kind of categorize it. And I think that really helped a lot, because now, you know, something bad happens, I'm kind of like, yeah, all right, well, that sucked. Whatever. Moving on, you know, and I should probably just get stitches most of the time. And I'm like, it'll eventually stop bleeding. However, the one thing I cannot stop, these headaches, man. Headaches will fucking drop me. Sorry, dude, I have to go. It's late in England. Oh, you're from England, bro. All right, cool. Yeah. You guys are like fucking, I don't even know why you're fucking up right now, man. It is super late in England. Thanks for chatting. Or thanks for kicking it. You should chat more often. You should have jumped in the conversation and stuff. I thought you left already. I'm sorry, man. But I usually do these about every day, about the same time. Usually it's about an hour before now. So I don't know what time it is there, but usually it's about an hour before now. Yeah. But I got a whole bunch of, we talk about everything, dude, from social bullshit, from racism to sexism to, we get on rants, and people try to chime in, and I read people's comments off my Facebook and off there. And so, yeah, dude, tune in more often and get involved, man. Say what's up and bullshit with me. Throw out some fucking stuff and say, fuck you, man. From England, fuck you. Thank you. And yeah, I mean, if you hit the, this is the part where I got to be like, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to stay in touch and do whatever the fuck you want, bro. But thanks for stopping by and hanging out with me the whole time as I just rant stupidly about childhood trauma and stuff and paint barely anything at all. I swear eventually it'll get done. Eventually it'll be like Winter Wonderland of Death. One day. I'm already done. Oh, well, thanks, man. Yeah, cool, man. Appreciate it. So tomorrow at some point, oh, God help me. It'll get done, I swear. But anyway, we'll catch you later, dude. Good night or good morning. I don't know what the fuck's going on over there in England land. It's always like gloomy and doomy. So good something. Whatever it is. But damn it. That looks like a dark mess. You can't even tell if there's a guy back there. Like a fucking snowman now. Maybe I should just left him a dead body back there. That's okay. I keep looking between my two cameras to kind of see if you can see a difference, because they look totally different. Like one looks like shit and the other one looks like more shit. So Yeah. Trying to figure out how I want to darken this up. Without fucking it up, hopefully, but I'm not. You know, I'm going to use this. Yeah, let's try it. Pray to the paint gods. We'll just try this really fast, and then if this doesn't work, I'm out. It's been my 2 hours for the day. That's usually about how long I do these. A couple hours. You know, oh wait, I gotta do my classic. Oh, I didn't do it right. Hang on a second. Here we go again. Been about 2 hours. Gonna go ahead and cut it out here in a second, but you know, and I didn't mean to get into some weird shit about childhood traumas and stuff, but man, that's what we're here. We're here for just discussing whatever comes up in the conversations and however we kind of bring out whatever. And if people need to, oh, that's really dark. If people need to talk about stuff, man, I'm all about saying, hey, bring up conversations. If you guys need to get something off your chest, bring it up. We'll chat about it. We'll try to, you know, it's neat to see someone. Oh, have you been doing any music? What the fuck? I'm missing people. What the fuck's going on? Okay, first of all, have I been doing Amy music? I haven't been doing Amy music. No. I'll get back to that in a second. I have not been doing music lately. You know, our bassist died last year from cancer. You may not have known that, but so we took a hiatus because our guitarist left. He just wanted to spend more time with family and kind of be like that, which is fine. No beef. We've never had issues. You know, he's a great guy. I love him to death. I still see him. I almost killed him the other day on accident. I already went over that story, but our bassist died from cancer, stomach cancer, last year. And we have not done anything at all since a year before that, because we know he's going through chemo and all that stuff there, and that sucks. Yes, you know, Steve, you and I have a lot more in common than I think we know, but we'll have to get to conversating on that at some other time. But the music thing, I work mostly on film scoring stuff right now, and have been designing a lot of, like, you know, atmospherical stuff, things of that nature. I worked on kind of some drum track stuff here and there. I just did Murdoch a couple of weeks ago. I don't know what you mean did. Did you run sound for him, you mean, or you record for him? Probably run sound, because I know he just did some stuff. I know you run sound. I didn't know if you were doing recording stuff, though, either right now. So, but yeah, we did, you know, the short film like 4 fucking years ago now. But, man, I haven't done shit in a while. Live, we have not done shit in a couple of years straight. And I don't know when we will again, ever, right now, because the COVID thing is a fucking clusterfuck. Really annoying. So I don't know. I know people are still going out and doing the shows live with the COVID thing, but I just don't know to what extent I would want to do that, because I'm all about the fun. I'm all about let's get out there and fuck shit up, have a good time, kicking ass with the crowd, kicking ass with the fans, kicking ass, you know what I mean? So then it comes down to, can we do that? Can we do that with them wearing masks? And dude, okay, here's my bigger problem. I have asthma really bad. And I hyperventilate enough as it is. So one of my concerns is, like, not necessarily, and I know I wear a mask anyway, which is funny and ironic, but my mask isn't really built for keeping particles in or out. I have a hard time breathing in my masks half the time, in my faces. But my thing is this, my question is, like, do I have to wear another one in the Publix? Oh, God damn it. Yes, son.
Oh, you're doing it live.
I am doing a live. What up? Is it weird?
No, I was gonna rap for you.
Go ahead and rap for everybody live.
You really want me to?
If you want to, you're a bad motherfucker doing it.
Okay, this it's new, so.
It's a brand new one, so you're still working on it.
I was doing the other two songs are mostly finished. Hey, go check out my stuff whenever it's out. It's not out yet, so you can't really check it out. But
I will be working with my son a little bit, but he's using beats. I can't make him good rap beats. We already tried that. It was
that
sad.
failed miserably.
I did fail miserably. Thank you, son, for reminding me.
You're welcome.
And yeah, I did fail miserably on making him some fat beats. I mean, I tried.
Yeah,
but
don't say that.
I did. It was bad. It was terrible. But don't worry, I'm gonna go over this dude again here shortly and make this way better. But I'm just trying to get this up and going now because I realized, fuck this. Anyway. All right, looking better. So
I practiced this one time.
practiced it one time, son. All right.
So I may or may not mess up. I don't know.
You'll mess up a bunch. That's okay.
I probably will.
That's all right.
But hey, I'm doing this on live, and I've never done that
Yeah,
before.
you're doing it on a live stream for my audience of an entire 5 people.
Okay. Well, can they hear me from here?
I'm sure they can. I don't know. Probably not really. I don't think they can hear me even from here. All right. There we go. Starting to look better.
Hang on, let me bring the chair.
You can just move that shit out of that one chair, dude.
I don't want my chair.
Oh my God. I can hear him. Shh, don't say that. He might not do it.
Move, Noodles. Put the chair on top of you.
Looking better. There we go.
Ooh.
Looking better on that sense. Because now I want to bring out the foreground a little darker, obviously, to bring it up. I'm going to still lighten out that background a little bit better, so it's. Noodles is not moving, buddy.
Yes, she is. I moved her.
But yeah, so far looking pretty decent there.
Oh
Jesus,
my
son.
God. This is not working.
Dude, just put the chair down. It's just blankets for the
I
dogs.
know, but it's uneven. I don't want
You're
to-
uneven.
I am not. Hi. Really fun.
Oh, come on, paint. Quit doing the dumbest.
I'm not really even that nervous.
They wanted to come up a while ago and use your room for 1v1, but I told them no. I didn't even know where you
I
were.
told them no.
Well, they asked where you were at even, and I said, I don't know. Okay, I fucked that up, but
All right. Ready, Dad?
yeah, I'm ready whenever you are, man.
Yeah, I practiced this once, so it's probably not gonna come out perfectly.
Yeah, well,
You
nothing
know, there's
to
always
do.
room for improvement.
That's right. Life is all about fucking up, and then just fucking up that fuck up until you stop fucking up.
Exactly.
See? Hey there, and Mr. Jervy, bro. We miss you, man.
Here we go, Dad. This is kind of like a cover for a remix for Warm Up of NF.
Hold on, Mr. Jervy. There, you better hang on a second. But go ahead.
All right.
My son's gonna do something.
So confusing, always is. I'd do anything any day just to get away from my head, getting away from the mess, away from the stress, bending over backwards and breaking my neck from the weight on my shoulders, the weight that I shoulder, the mess in my head, addressing the problem and fixing the meds, interconnect, yeah. Hey. Yeah. Mike's out when the lights out. Take a look at my house in the high clouds. Anybody want to be the one to see all my fights now? Looking at me like how this is my life now. Yeah, dedicated, I get dedication. I'm an animal and occasion I want out. Whoa, this song's like me and I'm breaking down. This should be impossible. Get on your knees and idolize thoughts moving quicker than I can even analyze. Fundamental, I apologize. Didn't want to wake up when I'm 85 knowing that I tried just a little too hard and got left behind. Yeah. Breaking limitations daily, hating everything mainly. Kind of trying to find a better version of me, a better person it seems. Looking back at my dreams, they look possible. Is it plausible? A step I'm about to get tight. What's the problems at least not the right way. Having a nice day. Not coming in my case. Fishing for burdens, gotta fight. Hey. That's all I got so far.
No, good job. You didn't mess up.
I didn't actually.
That
That's
sounded
very
good.
surprising.
Yeah.
They probably couldn't hear for shit, but
Oh, my nephew's trying to be a rapper too. Awesome. Yeah, no, my son's got a phenomenally good flow capability,
so
and
that was the second time I've done this.
no, that was
And
really good.
I'm pretty proud of that one.
Yeah,
And I did it on live.
Yeah, you did. Maybe that being on live made put pressure on you,
Maybe I did.
and you were like, "Oh, I can't screw up."
Oh, good.
Well, thanks, son. It's not looking too shabby. I'm still doing quite a bit to it, but no, he's starting to get his shit together. If he can just finish one song,
Yeah, I'm good.
he said sounded good.
I'm mostly.
He said sounded good flow.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. Then move that chair back. Why is that chair so dirty? What, you guys crap in it?
I guess.
Just crap in it and just roll around?
Yeah.
It's filthy. Anyway, I don't know what was on my dog the other day, by the way. Noodles, barf or poop or both. Who knows? It's the
Poop barf.
Poof barf. Poop.
They
They ate poop and barfed it back up on Noodles. I don't know. Yeah, just remember, don't feel it, don't just sing it. No, that's the thing. He was literally reading those lyrics off that what he just wrote. He just
Yeah, because
that.
it's gonna take me a few days to memorize that.
Have him contact unknown caprice. I'm friends with him on Facebook actually, but my son's not ready for any of that yet. He's still working on just getting a few things to go, and
I'm still like practicing.
he's still
rapping
practicing
in
his
general.
stuff. Yeah, he's
I literally just started again.
yeah.
And
Well,
whenever I started, I was terrible at it. But
he was pretty terrible, but you were
yeah,
actually
I was.
his writing skills are really good.
And my wordplay is really
And his
good.
wordplay is really good, and he's getting better at it. But he is not memorizing it yet to do it without reading it, so he still has that feeling of it being.
I want to make sure I can get it perfect while reading before I try to memorize it.
So
I didn't
yeah,
want to memorize
when you
it.
said he has to feel it, not just sing it, 100%. That's what I tell him all the time. I tell him all the time, I'm like, dude, you gotta be able to remember it, so you can just flow it, feel it. That way, when you're like, it just feels there, And he knows it. He knows what he's doing. It's just he's got to get it memorized and go first. So, but no, good job, son. Sounded really good.
Thank you.
So whenever you're ready to
So,
record some of
the-
these, so we'll have you a demo out there.
Did the
Oh,
faster
yeah.
part sound good?
Yeah, no, it sounded really good.
So I didn't mess up on it.
I don't
listening
think you
to it
messed
right
up on
now
it.
because I recorded it, but
I don't think you messed up on it. No.
I don't either. I thought that was pretty cool though.
Mm-hmm.
The way.
No, it sounds really good. So take this fucking chair out of my room now. I don't need this. I don't need all the extra garbage in my room that's not already there.
It's fine. You don't have to walk in your room.
Oh, but yeah, I know. I'll hit up him later at some point, and when my son's got a demo-esque thing ready to go, if he ever does, I keep pushing him to do it, but I don't want to push him so hard that he gives up and doesn't want to, So, that's looking pretty decent, but we'll get there. We will get there, man. I think my son could just fucking blow shit out. Like he's got a couple of passions. One's working out, and he's a fucking monster at that. Like Jesus Christ, his shit in the gym is insane. He's deadlifting he's deadlifting almost 700 pounds now and benching like 300 pounds. And he's 15. He just turned 15. He's nuts. So he does not look like some 15-year-old little kid. And that's the other thing. He's only 15. So he still has 3 years before he's even able to get into half these places to do a live performance anyway. So no rush. We're not rushing at this point. But to release something, maybe, But Mr. Jervy here, that's on my other chat, also a phenomenal artist. This dude's pretty creative in his own. Mr. Sheep Shears Jervy here was in the gallery expose that we put on, that I put on for the mental illness thing, and I asked him to join us to help present some artwork. And his photography is amazing. He does some crazy fucking paintings, very surrealistic stuff. But he's a really creative dude. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, no, I try to surround myself. I try to surround myself with really good creative people. As you know, maybe as inspiration to keep going, maybe, because I see these phenomenally good artists that I can say, you know, they're bad as fuck. I wish I was that good. Like, dude, your photography work and stuff, dude, some of the stuff you've done is crazy good. The one of you naked by the fridge thing is still one of my, the light, like that one there is like the one that stands out most to me, which is pretty cool. But this dude Sheep Shears, right? The buddy over here, I'll check him out. What's his name again? I'll send you a link to his profile, if that's okay with you there, Mr. Jerv. Sheep Shears here. The dude is phenomenal. I praise him. I worship the ground he walks on. He pretty much paints what's inside my head that I wish I could paint. And I've always told him that since day one. I've been up this kid's ass, and I tell him all the time to fuck himself for how much better he is than I am. And it makes me jealous, and I hate him for it. And so, but now I'll send you a Jervy's way a little bit. He's or Jerv, maybe just send me links to. I'm trying to find your link. Think of your links too, dude. So I've got you on other stuff, but no, man. Whenever yeah, Sheep Shears there. Whenever we did I set up it was based around mental illness, and I wanted to kind of present something to people to show people that you can use art to get out your mental illness, stress, and bullshit. So it's like therapy without being on drugs and therapy. And so I invited a few other artists that had that have to face bullshit in life, and it was hopefully going to get rid of some of the stigmatas or talk about it and stuff like that. It was really good. It turned out to be a really good night. We had quite a turnout. The owner of the place was a fucking drunken wreck. I'm not going to talk shit on the place. I'm not going to name names, but wow. He hated us because the type of artwork we all were was so abstractly different. Not abstracted artwork, but abstractly different from what he did, which was like splatter paint. But, you know, you saw some of my work and he was like, this is trash. I'm like, the fuck are you to fucking judge that kind of shit? But he wanted us out of there. He wanted us the fuck out of there. And what happened was there was another dude he had running his place for like the whole time it's been open. But when he lost his job or house, I can't recall, but he had to move in and live there at the art studio gallery place in the back. This is all stuff I found out like that day. And so we had made the deal to have this art show in that October time or whatever from the previous operator of the place, whom I thought was the actual owner. Dude was cool as fuck. Really nice guy. Really respectful of artists of all types. And so we showed up and we knew what was going on. And the owner guy was like, what the fuck is going on? Blah, 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 blah. You know, this is not cool. And we're like, dude, we're supposed to be here and do all this stuff. And we contacted, you know, everybody. And sure enough, it got okayed and we ended up going through with it and doing it anyway and all this other stuff. Well, this dude, I don't know if he did it on purpose or what, decided to get drunk at his own gallery, his own professional fucking art gallery, which installations is like, you know, hoity-toity bullshit, while we're having an art show to help mental illness awareness, you know, and artists who are troubled with things like this. We had hundreds of people show up that night. lots of great connections were made. We sold some art. Not through them though. Shush. There's some back alley deals made that night because they got a percentage of it, and a lot of the people that were like, I don't feel comfortable, because he literally was drunk, laying on the goddamn couch. It was like not a couch. It was like a seating place. There's a couple of different seating areas or whatever, you know, and he was laying there, passed the fuck out at points. Like, seriously. At his own fucking art gallery during an art show. It was bad. He attacked us at one point. Like, literally attacked us at one point. And I know Jerv remembers that. And man, it was stupid. Like, he yelled at us and screamed at us, and he didn't like physically attack us. He kind of looked like he was about to, but he verbally attacked us and was very negative and very aggressive. And man, it was, whoo, there was a moment, and I'm like, look, man, I'm sorry. We're not here to, you know, it was sort of ironic too that we disturbed the yoga seminar too. Yeah, right. Like, what the fuck was that even? I honestly think, dude, that he was at that point so distraught in his own life that he was just all over the place with himself. And that's, I think, if anything, he probably could have benefited from what we were attempting to present more than anybody, because he himself was crashing and burning, you know, in this whole thing of his self-pity and his own self-delusions at the time and his own self-hate, that if he would have just talked to us about this stuff, I think he would have benefited from the whole idea of what was going on. But instead, he bucked up, felt threatened that we were coming into his space, even though that was the whole point of his fucking space. What the fuck, Paint? Even though that's the point of his space. It's an art fucking gallery, dude. But it wasn't the art he liked. So it's like, that's not really how this fucking works, dude. If you're going to run a successful business, you know, you gotta put out there what would make business, what would bring people's attention towards your business. You know, what would make people go, huh, we gotta check this place out. We gotta see what's going on. What up? I'm way over my time limit of 2 hours now, but you know, kind of got into this conversation again. So just kind of seeing here. I don't want to darken up that too much, but I want it dark enough that it makes sense. I'm at a conundrum. I'm at a fucking conundrum here, my friend. I'm at a fucking conundrum. And I still got to make this all muddy and grassy and, you know, all that shit. But I am at a fucking conundrum. Damn. I keep going back and forth with this guy. And it's starting to get textured now, which might be cool. It might give it a much better look overall. I don't know. And you can't really see it. Kind of bring it. I don't know if it'll focus. It's not really doing anything. Can't really even fucking, I don't even know. Anyway. But no, it was a great show. It was a great showcasing of art. And the artist that was there, you know, Mr. C. Jervy there was there, and we had a couple other really good artists that were there, and it was really fun. It was a great experience, minus the bullshit. And but you know, we got to put our stuff up in a gallery, have a gala night, and show off, and that was pretty cool to be able to say, at least. You know, to have that moment under our belts, at least, I guess. It was good. It was a good experience, a learning experience for definite. But with our kind of art, my kind of art, this state doesn't accept it. I mean, not this. This would be something acceptable around here. This people would look at and be like, oh, okay, ha ha ha. You know, that's kind of a jokative play on, oh, people getting eaten by snowmen. Ah ha ha, okay. But, you know, my other artwork, I'm pretty shunned around here, like the peeled faces, you know, the fucking skinned, like one of the art pieces I had was Queen of the Butterflies, which I sold it. I really didn't want to. But I did sell it. because the people promised me they'd give her a good place to live. And we talked about it thoroughly. So I sold it and shipped it halfway across the goddamn world. But what she was a large 3 foot by 4 foot human torso, with 4 arms. Also, each piece of the arm was, an arm length. I don't know the canvas size canvases, per part, and they were designed to be like butterfly wings, to kind of be the 4 arms. Boom, boom. And she was called Queen of the Butterflies. She was set up directly above one of the sitting areas, and I'm not saying we dated, but I had a thing for her. And now she was like my first doing what I did with that, making a whole body, and it was really cool to do that. Since then, I've made a couple. She taught us how to laugh and things like that. Was one of the other ones, and I sold that one also. But when he saw that, he flipped out about it. He was like, "The fuck is this?" And I don't know if it was because he thought it was like some satanic shit or what, but this state and the horror scene is kind of split. We have a great horror scene here, but at the same time, it is not very welcomed and openly accepted if it's not generic film franchise horror, So if it isn't like, oh, that's Freddy Krueger, oh, that's Jason, oh, that's Michael Myers, and it's at a Comic-Con kind of thing. Oh, it's a horror con. Cool. Hey, that's Pinhead. Hey, that's Chucky. All right. If it's more original stuff, especially when it comes to like art and stuff, people are like, wow, that's fucked up. Get the fuck away from me. So paint. I meant paint. Well, I'm done painting for now. It's been 2 hours. That's my time limit. But thought I'd bullshit for a second. I don't know, man. I wanted this shadow here. It's feeling all right. The lighting was going to come from this direction anyway. But overall, so I'm feeling good about everything. My shadowing down here is all right. It's going decently where it needs to go. I got to fix this shit back here again, but I'm going to whiten that out some more. I swear to God, I just want to get it done so I can do other stuff. But I keep getting sidetracked talking about a bunch of stuff. I'm sorry. What up, sweetie? Bye, sweetie. But yeah, anyway, this would be acceptable, but most of my stuff's not. And yeah, sheep, good old sheep shears, buddy. There, your artwork in this state would be like, people would be like, I think this guy's on drugs. He should probably be arrested. So, some of the weirder artists around here don't get as much attention as they need or should. It kind of sucks for everybody. It's just, and that's why I guess like the internet is important. Like, I don't know, Instagram and all that, but it's so overwhelmed and swamped with everybody else. Richard, your channel, you review movies and shit, dude. I review movies and shit, dude. My channel's a little bit more all over the place. I paint, I review movies, I do stupid skits, I have music, I have, what I mean? So I'm kind of all over the place. So it's understandable for me not to necessarily be so noticed. But, there's a lot of fucking movie reviewers out there. And there's a lot of great ones that get overlooked a lot. It's weird. And, there's some funny as shit ones out there that only get 10 fucking views, or 5 fucking views. And I'm just like, it sucks because some of us painters, some of us artists, some of us creators, some of us people that have put our whole lives into doing something, we're going to die feeling like we did nothing, even though we're not doing it necessarily for the attention, but the attention is nice. You got to admit that. If you had 1 million fucking people all of a sudden jump in and say, dude, this is badass, you'd love it. On your paintings, on your reviews, on any of it. You'd be like, whoa, that's not, I feel justified in my hard work over the past few years of doing this shit. Thanks. it would make you feel worth something. And that's what we all want, is just to feel like we're worth something. I know I talk about that a lot too. And that's accurate. And sometimes, you know, it takes one person just to say, hey, man, you know, thanks. You inspire me. Or, you know, thanks for doing what you do. And that makes you go, oh, man, fuck. Thanks. And, you know, amongst all those millions of people liking your shit and clicking this and, you know, watching that, maybe all it takes is one person to give a shit, you know? But until then, I just want a million people to give a shit and watch my stuff. So on that note, I'm going to have to say goodbye because it's been 2:21 and I'm hungry. I'm going to go eat something. I don't know, like poop and then puke on my dog.